Okay. Just setting up my computer so I can see what's going on. Okay. Hey everyone. Okay. Few of you in already. Good evening, guys. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Hi, Laurie. Hey, Maddie. Hi, Kate. Yes, indeed, you were missed on Sunday. Hey, Patsy. Sharon, Susan, Cindy, Senga. Lovely to see you guys coming in. Hey, Mona. Oh, headphones around my neck and I can hear my voice. Hi, Cheryl. Okay. Happy Wednesday, guys. Middle of the week. We're almost there. We're almost there at the weekend again. Okay, I have got my witchy cat out this evening, as you can see, and I've just mapped a little bit around the head, and that's an ear, because I want to come away from the moon for a bit. It's starting to drive me doolally. But yeah, we're going to crack on. Catherine's coming in from Facebook as well. Hi, Catherine. Hey, Siobhan. Sorry, it sounds like we've got, the IndyCar 500 outside tonight. I keep hearing brooms and cars and whatnot going off, and somebody's got their saw out. Now they're having a shout at one another. Okay. Hope everyone is well and getting plenty of stitches in. Yes, we are. Yeah. Most definitely. I've had a busy couple of stitchy days. Hey, Andrea. So, bless you, Kay. I fell asleep on Sunday. Did you fall asleep over your stitching? I've done that once or twice myself. Fell asleep with a needle in my hand. So I'm working, as I said, on my witchy cat. I can see that Cheryl has already said she's on her Disney cross stitch. What have you guys got out? Kay's working on 2 wolves to finish the first chapter of Abby's series of challenges. I've got Andy here with me, by the way. Girls are both upstairs, but Andy's here too. Hey, Venise. Been a long time, but now school's back, so you're back. 2:30 p.m. there. Good to see you back. Siobhan's working on Amberlight. Cool. Closing in on page 8 on Steampunk Owl. So Cindy should finish in a day or 2. Brilliant. Patsy's still working on the toy shop. And she also says, hey, Andy.
Hi.
Susan is working on her mountain village. Brilliant. So and Tell thread is open, by the way. So if you haven't put anything on there, now is your cue. I reached a milestone on this piece yesterday, so I can get the first bell tonight at 25%.
Oh, you just can't reach it. Oh, you can have it now.
Hey. So Kelly says, hey, hello everyone. Bought a couple of DMC skeins I had missing. We'll stitch on spooky season later. Cool. Venise is still working on Marvel's superheroes. Rainbow Cross for the anniversary and hand stitching a little rainbow bookmark to give your back a break. Ah, bless you, Andrea. Hey, Laura Lynn, how are you doing this evening? Kelly's just going to get lunch. No worries at all, Kelly. Kate Sal, Mother's Love for Sharon. Catherine's just sent a message as well about what she's working on. Oh. So Catherine is listening. She's just gone 95,220 stitches, so 95,000. It's a milestone. 59.51%, just under 800 stitches until 60% on her 5th pass. And of course, she is working on her wee Highland Coup. Oh, go on, what did I call it? A Paint Pre-Crafts one. It'll come to me in a bit. Happy to be here. Good to see you. Ashley, still working on Joan Elliott, making good progress considering how little you stitch. Cool. Oh, well, that'll be that new job that's keeping you busy there, Ashley. How's it going? So yeah, been a good week. I'm still sort of on a high after the weekend shenanigans with the trophy and things. That was so cool. It's enormous, isn't it? If you see my floss tube, you'll see just how big it is. It's bigger than my head. I thought I was going to get this little thing. It turned out to be massive. But yeah, I can't wait for next year. It's good working full time, even though now that's not what I wanted. Hey, but if you're enjoying it, you're enjoying it, and that's what matters, because it's a bind that we all have to go to work. And to enjoy what you do is a bonus, isn't it? After all, during our working life, we spend a third of it at our job. So but yeah, I mean, I'm having a bit of a struggle at the moment with mine, if I'm honest, because some days I feel great about it, and other days I think, oh God, I want to retire. But I can't. So it is what it is. I need to win a lottery. I need to buy a ticket. I do love it. My body is not being kind to me, though. Oh dear. Well, fingers crossed that things improve for you. The more you do it, the stronger you get, Ashley. Hit 4,000 stitches on Tool Wolves this afternoon for Kay. That's her milestone reach. Awesome stuff. Anyone else got anything to share? It's always good to hear what you guys have been up to as well. To not just stitching, other stuff too. Lauren has had her 2.5 days of college this week. And that's it now, I think, until next Monday. She's upstairs talking to her friends, I think. Oh, excuse me. Windy. I had Pepsi earlier on. Andrea has a sleep study tonight. Finally, hopefully, I can figure out why I can only sleep 1 to 3 hours. Blimey, that's not a lot of sleep. I'm grumpy of late because I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm a lot of weird and wacky dreams and waking up in the night. Although my Fitbit says my sleep score is quite good. You finished your 30th Christmas stocking for Susan, so it's another achievement there. How many more to go, Susan? Can't be many more now, surely. It's been over 2 months now. I've not been pleasant to be around. You know, the only thing worse than no sleep is broken sleep, because you don't get that nice deep sleep that your body needs to rest and recover, do you? Thank you, Catherine. Fergus. That's the name of it. 15 at last count. Cool. So 2/3 of the way in. Will they all be done by Christmas, I reckon, then, Susan? If you've got done 30 by now, you must have got, what, 14 weeks or so to Christmas? Something like that. Maddie is busy working on her B elemental. Cool. Good stuff. Hoping to get to 10% by end of stream. That'd be great if you can. Keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully, say Susan, I probably have to do a last minute push. I don't know, so I've done 30, you seem to be doing quite well. And, you know, if you've got like 14 weeks or so to go, if you do 1 and change a week, extra time has lost less space for more stitching. Well, that's the advantage, isn't it? I had a period of time where I was waking up at 3 o'clock and coming downstairs at 4:30, confusing the heck out of the cat by doing it. Well, that seems to have stopped, although I just seem to be weird dreams at the moment. It's probably Menno related, but it is what it is. It's that kind of age that I'm at. But there we go. Okay. Can I send my son to on Facebook Messenger, stop using Facebook? Yeah, of course you can. Ping it through to me in a message, because I get it on my tablet. No problem at all. We're having a Facebook break. Sometimes it's good to do that, isn't it? Okay. Well, that's good, dropping my thread. Nails done this weekend, because these are definitely getting a bit on the long side. A bit grubby underneath as well, but you can see how long they're getting. You definitely need to get these done this weekend, I think. Thank you, Ashley. I've got your message. Okay. Let's get some of this colour. These are all going to be dark colours tonight, so they're all going to pretty much look the same. But, you know, I've got a dark blue. This colour is like a dark grey, and I'm currently working this colour is a brown. So... yeah. There we go. I had to run the shop for a thread for her today, and now it seems I might have lost it on the ride home. On the ride home. Oh. That is a pain in the whatnot. But it happens. I'm threading needles now. Doing well tonight. So yeah, I've been busy working this week. Busy. I've got another more training to do next week. I got asked this morning. So yeah, I'm getting all geared up for that. So next week will be another very busy week. Oh, I found out that the recipient of the wedding sampler that I made has now seen it, opened it, and is delighted with it. So I shall be able to show it my next floss tube, which will be nice. Hey, Kelly, back. And welcome back. I was working on cosmic marbles today, and one of those tiger eye marbles is coming in, which is quite nice. Although I was very surprised when I was picking the colours, there was like a absolute screaming bright orange, you know, like 740 bright orange. I was like, what, really? And yeah. Isn't it funny? Oh, excuse me, that's that Coca-Cola. The most unexpected bright colours can actually make a piece. So, yeah. Andy's busy wrapped up in his script writing.
Oh, I've been on a journey this week, I'll tell you, without even going to these places yet. I've been talking about all kinds of stuff. Tanning leather, that's one thing. I'll concentrate on something. Bovril is something that came up this week. Yeah. If anyone would like to guess, where I'm talking about, feel free. What else have I been talking about? A raceway, a drag racing strip, a homeless community.
Cracky, you've been busy.
Yeah, I'm currently talking about a place that's got a connection to France through its name. A castle which has been burnt down twice.
Blimey.
All sorts of stuff this week. I've been on a right journey. Osier beds, willow weaving, basket weaving.
Laurie says a few of your pieces have orange. Yes, you're right. Summer Sun has got quite a lot of orange in it. The bee has got quite a lot of orange too. I'll just show you. So this is one of the tiger eye marbles that's coming in, but you can see extremely bright orange. And it's weird because I didn't have this one figured for that kind of bright orange. Odd, isn't it? Kay says this one's like that. You'd think it was all blues, but there's browns and greens and grey amongst the blues. Yeah, my magpie has got a lot of pink in it, believe it or not. Isn't it funny how patterns translate to the colour palette? And I was doing my Pandora and the face looks horrifically red. But I know from experience from doing avarice that it will balance out when it's all in. And not look quite so angry red, like, you know, she's been bathing in beetroot or something. Yeah, this one's actually only got 33 colours in it, this piece, believe it or not. But then again, this moon on here on this is the same. It's a lot of colours that you wouldn't think. Anyway, we've already eaten tonight, so we won't be talking about food because we're all full. Yeah, so we all we had a family meal earlier on, and yeah, because normally Wednesdays and we tend to just have a light tea. But today we've had a bit more substantial, so we won't be talking about food. Seems like every time we do a live stream, just lately, food ends up being a topic. Oh, topics! Haven't had a topic in years. There you go. So yeah. Anyway, show and tell will be about 8:15 as usual, as I said. So if you haven't put something on that thread, go and do so for me, and we will be having a look later. Nicola, you're just mapping out with black 310. No, this one, you can't. Let me just try and lift up my stand a bit. It's a bit difficult to see on this one, Kelly. Ugh. Just moved it up a bit. I don't know if you can see there now, if that's any better. But there's a blue colour at the edge. And then I've got some silver, and then this is a brown. And there'll be a purple in here, there'll be a couple of shades of purple in here. I don't know if you can see that. Hey, Anna Karen. Just here to say hi. Still working. See you all Sunday, hopefully. Oh, bless you. No worries at all, Anna Karen. Thank you for popping by. You can see it better now. Looks like 413 or similar. Yeah, this is a brown that I've got, which kind of is 3371 kind of brown. It's Gecko Rouge kit, so I don't get the DMC colours, unfortunately. But it looks to be 3371, this one. You can see the dark blue as well. Cool. I'm thinking of getting one of the Gecko Boo kits. Yeah, I've seen those. There's 3 out, all Lorna Lanes, but at £70 each, around £70 each. I can't afford them. We've got some financial obligations, Whilst it would be lovely to have them all, it's just not possible. What do I do with leftover floss? I haven't got to that point yet, but when I do, what I shall do is I shall try and match it up with my DMC, because they do kit them up from number 1 up to 3865 in number order. So I'll try and match them up, but if I can't be definite, if I can't be sure, then I would just dispose of the floss. But some of them, it's obvious what the colour is, but other ones, sadly it's not. But I don't want to risk, putting the wrong shade on the wrong card, kind of thing. Having said that, I do have some leftover floss from the black cat and butterflies that I did that I haven't put back on, or haven't put onto my master set yet. But I will, eventually. Excuse me. Yeah, so the gecko boos are out and they're all Lorna Lanes, which will be nice, but like I said, it's a bit much for me this year. Hey Celia. Plus as well, I have plenty of stuff to keep me going. I've got the 2 new Lord of the Rings charts that I got. I've got what's on my spinny wheel. I've got the other baby elemental. I've got the other sins. Like I said, at the minute I've got 5.5 million stitches to put in. Oh my goodness, that was wrong. Totally wrong, wrong. Sounds like it's raining.
I think it is, yeah. It's definitely dark out there now.
Yes, gloomy Septembers. Oh dear. She Sleeps will get an airing again on my floss tube next week, because one of my new subscribers has asked if they can see it. So I'll be popping it onto my floss tube after her big outing last weekend. It's definitely not summer anymore, says Kay. I've just been around shutting all the windows to stop a draft. I've been telling Andy all day I'm cold. And Andy's like, it's not cold. And I'm like, I'm cold. I've been cold all day. I've got fluffy socks on cold. So, but I mean, it's raining again now. It's just been dead gloomy this week. But Andy tells me it's been over 20 on a couple of 3 of the days. Yes. But I felt really cold. I mean, I get it that I don't have the insulation, but still. Okay. Oh, this one is a purpley colour. Summer is hanging on here in the Fraser Valley. It's been 25-ish degrees and a nice breeze. Windows are open and no AC since last Saturday. Nice. It just seems to have not been warm here. Last weekend it rained on and off. But yeah, we just seem to have been having a lot of gloomy, horrible weather. It's supposed to be, the end of summer, but it's very wintry, autumnal. We had rain earlier, but it's just damp and yuck. Yeah. Well, I can just hear it just outside the window. Mind you, it keeps the people off the street. Beautiful breeze in Nova Scotia. Nights are cold. Hey Enid, it's like hecking 90 Fahrenheit here. The wind's getting up for Kay as well. There's another parade this coming Saturday, Fall Fair, in a different nearby town than last weekend. Oh, lovely. '90 Fahrenheit in Texas as well. Summer is not going down without a fight in Colorado. Well, our summer has, I think it's just failed this year. 404 season not found. Hey Coco. Are you all good, not late? Absolutely fine. The weather forecast looks good for Saturday. After that, it can hose down rain, and I will not care. Siobhan is sick of it already. We could do with some nice hot weather here. We really could. I think we've only really had, maybe 3 or 4 days of really nice, hot, summery weather this year. Would you say, love?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few times Annie's gone, oh, I'm warm. I'm ever so warm. But for me, I've been absolutely fine. No overheating at all. I started amber lights so the seasons would change quicker. I had a couple of times when I've gone out with Hannah for a walk and it's been nice weather that, I did catch the sun one day. Got a bit of sunburn, didn't I? Remember that?
Yeah.
But I can get sunburn on a snowy day. One thing I hate about Colorado is it doesn't seem to be a nice fall or autumn. It stays in the 80s and then Halloween, winter starts. We seem to have had from sort of March until June. We seem to have had sort of dreary, rainy weather more often than not. We've had reasonable days and a few nice days in June, July and August. And then this month we're back to rain again. I wonder if that's supermarket delivery.
It could be.
Okay. Hey, Gail. How are you this evening? I'm just talking about the British weather. How rubbish it is in a minute. And what's it like where you are? Because we've just had rain come down, so. Excuse me, just having a drink. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing okay. Rain, yeah. Seems to be back, doesn't it? We're saying after like March, April, May and parts of June were rainy. And now we've got it back again. After a couple of months of dry weather and then a bit of sun, but we've not really had much of a summer. The coldest temp I can verify I experienced here was -15 or -28 Celsius. It was sunny and viciously cold. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be out in that for very long, Enid. Don't mind the rain, good excuse not to go anywhere, but we get more power outages in November. Yeah. I think we're quite fortunate here in the UK. We don't tend to have many weather-related power outages. Our infrastructure is quite good. I can't remember the last time we had a power outage, actually. But other places in the area had power outages recently. But it wasn't connected to weather, it was damage to the infrastructure. Thunderstorms yesterday where you were, Gail. Yeah, we didn't have thunderstorms here. We had thunderstorms here last week. Last Wednesday when I went to pick up my pass. Andy was sat in the car waiting for us and he said he could hear thunderstorms at both sides. It was like there were two thunderstorms that were closing in different directions. I don't often feel cold, but I'm considering putting on the heating in the next 2 days. It's gone quite chilly. Yeah, I don't put mine on until October if I can help it. But it might be getting to that time again for us as well, Gail. I do tend to feel the cold. Sat here with my woolly socks on, my feet are cold even with those on, so poor old Andy is going to get me dressed up like a Sherpa all winter now. I should be back in my regular hoodie. Most power lines are underground, but the grid are connected to us parts across the river that are surrounded by trees. Yeah. Yes, it's the ones that's near the trees that tend to get the damage, isn't it, with the windstorms. Hubby lived in his last year, yeah. Actually, Andy's worn his hoodie a few times. But, yeah, I mean, I'm getting to the point I could do with mine. Hubby bundles up in the winter. I wear nighties and panties all year round unless I'm camping. I've not had a thunderstorm for years, says Patsy. Shocking lightning. Ah. Vividly remember a huge pine tree come crashing down, roots and all, due to a lot of rain and wind, says Enid. In 1980, I want to say 84. I could be wrong, it could be 86, but I think it was 84. We had a lot of storms in this country. November was particularly bad. And where I was living, we had to walk down a lane, and at the side of this lane there was a field. And the field had a line of 11 trees on it. And around the edge of that field ran a river. And we quite often had barges with freight on that river. And we had some such bad weather, out of the line of 11 trees, I think 4 of them were toppled. And 2 of the barges broke their moorings. And they travelled downstream, and the stream at the end of the lane, it sort of forked into 2 paths. There was a river, should I say, forked into 2 paths. One that went down to the lock, and the other which went to a weir. And the current took the 2 barges over the weir. And those 2 barges on the weir, they damaged, they went over the weir and they crashed into a bridge. And it weakened the bridge, and it cost several £1,000,000 to have the bridges rebuilt, or new bridges built, should I say. But more than that, they had to get cranes, specialist cranes that had to be built on site to lift the barges out from the river, because it was the only way they could get them out. It costs hundreds of thousands of pounds to move the barges. I prefer to call, but somebody just collapsed when September started. Yep. You don't usually turn the furnace back on till October. We have a lovely smell of pig flies for a while. Ugh. Yuck. Considering going back to craft groups, says Enid, but I don't know if I can handle the rude woman again. Just ignore her. Just ignore her. And, you know, people like that are not worthy of your time. I hate people who are rude. Make things unpleasant for the other people that obviously go to this group and didn't enjoy it. I just call her out on her rudeness. You know, do you have to be quite so rude? Is she just blunt, or is she actually rude? Is she blunt rude or rude? Because, you know, it might just be that she's blunt, but it comes across as rude, if you see what I mean. You know, if you dyed your hair, you'd look younger. Out of nowhere, she said that. It's none of her business. I would have just said, if you keep your mouth shut, you'd be much pleasanter.
Savage, Nikki.
Well, yeah, but it's true.
I'm not saying it's not. That's actually good. I like.
Yeah,
that.
but if she kept her mouth shut, she would probably be more pleasant, wouldn't she?
Well, one would assume so.
I hate rude people. Can you tell? Probably in the 70s, so old enough to know better than Enid. That would be my take anyway. If you're in your 70s, you're definitely old enough to know better. She also yelled at me for sitting at a different chair, made a rude remark again. It's a lot. Her behaviour blows my mind. Great comeback. Yeah. Well, well, are the other chairs individually named? Do they have a sticker on them saying who should sit there and when? I would tell her to, you know, take a hike. She's so attached to her chair, fine. I think she mistakenly thinks I'm her friend. I'm not, and she would know if I was. No, she was mad I didn't sit beside her. All right, okay. Well, you're not joined at the hip, are you? You both attend a class, you're not Siamese twins. Tell her to do one. Just saying the words of my English friend, because hopefully I am your friend, do one. See what she makes of that. She sounds like she's just got an idea of this circle of friends, and she's the person in charge. That's what it sounds like, that she's the bossy boots. Yeah. My goodness. I didn't know we still had people like that in this world. I mean, how possessive over you, Enid. I mean, it's fabulous that she's fighting over you. I'm so old now, I don't know. I care, which scares me. Yeah, well, like I said, you can always blame it on me. I don't care. Tell her my English friend says do one. Sometimes people need to be put in their correct place, says Siobhan. Absolutely. And sometimes absolutely, it needs to be said, because she treats you like that. It's not very nice. If I wanted your opinion, I'd give it to you. Brilliant. Yes. Oh, thank you, Mona. I've missed a comment there as well from Maddie. Back to stitching. I'm using my laptop for the stream and I have one colour left. It's all fill in. Brilliant. Yes, that's another good one, Siobhan. No unsolicited advice. And Susan, my favourite comeback is, I'm sorry, did you speak? Brilliant. I like that. If I want your opinion, I'd give it to you. I think that's a line that Viggo Mortensen once said in a film. I'm magnanimous, try not to judge people. Manners, ethics matter to me, but enough is enough. Yeah, there's only so much that you should take, Enid. Absolutely. And I think you've been very gracious so far. But enough is definitely enough. I want a t-shirt, says Kelly, that says, I'm sorry, did I roll my eyes out loud? I like that. Right, it's definitely chucking it down now. A couple more minutes and we'll just get into show and tell, I think. I rolled my eyes so hard I saw the back of my skull. Yeah, I have that some days at work. I had it one day today actually, with a caller. She was absolutely giving out down the phone to me. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'll listen to you, because nobody else will. And then, yeah, I understand. Really sorry. Let me send off this email. And off she went. Well, I can hear the rain, but it's gone nice and quiet in terms of people out there, which is good, isn't it?
Oh.
It's devoid of people, it's peaceful. Have you got a jingle ready there, dear?
No.
Shall we not have a jingle tonight?
Yeah, you can have one.
Alright, okay, do you want to get ready then? Set it off whenever you're ready, my dear. And then we'll have a bit of show and tell.
To find it.
have a look and see what you guys have been working on. I love the sound of rain, even when it comes down so hard it splashes back up. Yeah, it sounds like it's big raindrops at the moment. Sound very clunking.
Incoming.
Cool. Right, let's have a look and see what you guys, oh, there we go, I've been working on. Let me just,
Oh, that's quite a nice light.
yeah, but it's not a daylight light. See, fluffy socks, can you see my little eyes on them? Okay, let's have a look and see what you guys have been working on. A long time ago, there was a creepy guy, wouldn't leave me alone, pestering me, and speaking with my friend. So incensed, I pulled a metal tab off my soda hack and handed it to him and told him to go inside, find yourself a wife. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. So Vicky is with her dad in hospital, and she has taken a stitch with her. Come on. It's Autumn Harvest Collection, Mill Hill. And it looks like a magnet, possibly. Got a magnet included anyway. So I hope your dad is better soon. And you are, well, he's not in hospital for too long. There's nothing worse. So yeah, all the best to your dad, Vicky. Cindy is almost done with the page 7. There we go. Of Steampunk Owl, Heaven and Earth Design, 36 count flax by Spigot, 2/2. Can't give a percent because working from a paper pattern. So if we just zoom in a little bit there, look at that shading there on the hat. That's fabulous. Hey, Luella. So beautiful job. It's looking cracking, that. Let's see, right, where is the live stream thread? Come on. Okay. All comments. Okay. Come on. There we go. So Andrea is doing quite well on a cross stitch for her brother and his wife. We're about 19.2% and finished.
Oh, finished?
Yeah, 4 colours. I'll just try that again. So finished 4 colours. 684 stitches out of 3,562. It's looking beautiful. I love those bright colours. So yeah, nicely done, Andrea. Yes, Enid, I agree. White thread on pale fabric is indeed absolute pants. And there is the mock-up of the piece that Andrea is stitching on. It's from Nikki Patterns on Etsy. It was the same one that my sampler that was from as well. She has some lovely, unique wedding samplers. So Tori has switched out and is now working on It's About Time by Ciro Marchetti, Heaven and Earth Design. 28 count, 1/1, fold crossed. Page 12 is complete.
Ooh.
So there we go. Lots of lovely detail on that. It's coming out beautifully. The colours are really, really nice as well. And Tori has shared the mock-up. So there we go. It's just got loads of stuff to look at in it. I quite like looking at the charts that you guys are doing because some of them have got such wonderful detail in them. It's great. Laurie is working on Drive Through Dragon by Dragon Muse, Heaven and Earth Design. 5.1%, so milestone reached. 9,067 stitches out of 175,500. And Laurie has just started the yellow in the window pane. And I do believe that she shared as well a mock-up. There we go. And this was an RAK from our Natalie. Look at that. Love the blues in that. Very striking. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, Kathy has finished page 3. House of Tranquility on 20 count, easy count fabric, 2/1. So I'll just zoom in a wee bit on here. There we go. So 20 count, full cross by the looks of things as well. So awesome stuff. And Kathy has shared the mock-up. Heaven and Earth Design artwork is by Yuri. Should we say Yuri K? Because I don't really want to try and pronounce that surname because I will make a mess of it. So, yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, it's looking absolutely phenomenal, Kathy. Patsy is still working on her on her toy shop, Amy Stewart, Heaven and Earth Design, stitching this on 25 count, 1/1, and is at 2.68%, and I believe it's full cross. It certainly is. Yeah, looking lovely. Okay. Come on. There we go. And Patsy, I can't speak this evening. I don't know what's wrong with me. Has shared the mock-up. So again, another piece where there's lots going on. Again, every time I look at this, there's something new that I see. I'm seeing dartboards now. Spinning tops. You know, all sorts of stuff. Absolutely wonderful. Literally every stitch you put into this, you'll be start there again. Every stitch you put into that, you will be discovering something new. Okay, Sharon is working on the Haid Sal, Mother's Love, 92.48% of part 3, and needs to complete by end of month, 76966 out of 83,220. So, yeah. I'm sure you'll get there, Sharon. But yeah, these flamingos are looking fab. And Sharon has shared the mock-up. So there we go. Again, another striking design. Okay. Susan has finished her third pass on Mountain Village by stitching masterpieces 2/1 on 25 count using tent stitch. 102,961 stitches out of 457,600 has been completed, which is 22.5% done. And look at that. Isn't that detail just gorgeous? That mountain. It's just wonderful. How awesome is that? It's really, really stunning. Absolutely love it, Susan. And here is the mock-up. So it's still a fair way to go, but if the rest of it is like what you've done so far, it's going to be utterly stunning. So yeah, nice one. Nicely done. Senga is still working on B, Lorna Lane. Nearly time to move the frame. 56.36% complete. So definitely more than halfway. So we can get a bell for that one, I think. So yeah, it's looking awesome, Senga. Absolutely stunning. And Kay is busy working on Two Wolves by Pain-Free Crafts. Artwork by Nadia Strelkina on 25 counts, easy count, even weave using CXC floss, 1/1, full cross. 4,189 stitches out of 177,288. 2.36% complete. Just as around 100 stitches left to complete the first chapter of the Philosopher's Stone in the Harry Potter series of Abby's series of challenges. Yeah, it's looking great. It's a good start. Oh, it's actually 400. All right, okay. And there is the mock-up. So it's a stunning piece. Sadly retired now. But yeah, awesome stuff. I'm pretty sure it is retired. Okay, Enid has reached a milestone on her piece, her little beach piece, at 40%. So, yeah, looking lovely and bright there, Enid. Nice and colourful. Not be long, and that one will be ready to join the other one that you completed recently, the sandcastle one. And our lovely Katinka has finally passed the 50% mark on the little cake shop, Heaven and Earth Design. 50%. She stitched a red flower on the sack behind the purple wagon. So if I zoom in there, we can see the flower that Katinka has done. But yeah, isn't this just awesome? 50% on Heaven and Earth Design on an Amy Stewart. So that is, you know, a massive piece. But yeah, awesome stuff, Katinka. Okay, I'm going to go see if there's any new comments. And if not, I'm going to turn off the thing on this thread, but I've still got one to do. Oh, come on. Turn off commenting. Oh dear, come on. Facebook is being a pain in the butt. Sorry guys, just bear with me. Let's try that again. Turn off commenting. Commenting's turned off. Cool. Right. So Ashley has sent me a picture as well. Who tells me she's been toying with the idea of doing an Amy Stewart. I'm doing two. So Spellbound. Ashley's working on 28 count lamplight from Pulse Stitches. The dress is getting closer. Oh, there we go. It certainly is. So just that section at the bottom and Spellbound's dress will be complete. She's quite stunning, Ashley. So yeah, awesome stuff. Oh dear, this flaming keyboard. Right, just check my other notifications. Nope, that's it. Okay, so that is show and tell for this evening. So thank you guys very much indeed. Those of you who have submitted for show and tell. We absolutely love doing these. It enables us all. So absolutely fantastic work. So awesome stuff. Okay, so just don't forget about the events. So Sunflower September is still going. So if you have been working on a piece that would fit the prompt of Sunflower, then, you know, by all means, you do use the events tab and the stitch along. You know, there's a few of you guys that are putting in pictures. So yeah, it's always good to see your guys' progress on your pieces. So yeah, please do have a look at the cell thread. Now, I know that we're only reasonably just into September, but in October it will be Spooktober. Spooky season will be upon us for the October cell. So you can be thinking about what you would like to, if you're wanting to participate in the cell, have a think about, you know, something for Spooktober. Kelly says, mustache, excellent work. I had to get paperwork on laundry done. Ah, no worries, Kelly. Lovely to see you as ever. And thank you for your wonderful support as always. I had an FFO too. Save that one for Sunday, Ashley. I'll pop that in on Sunday stream. But, yeah. Oh dear. Whew. I think my tablet needs a reboot. It seems to be messing about and going slowly. Sunday's anniversary. You can always send it to my messenger and I'll still share it for you. No bother. Gives you an excuse to watch the replay. Okay. Are you doing anything special for your anniversary, Ashley? It's mine and Andy's at the end of the month. Going to dinner, and there's a new pop culture convention in the town this year, so going to stop by to that as well. Ah, nice. Yep, cat's been given the OBE.
Order of the boot end.
Hello? You in trouble? I suspect you've been nibbling at Hannah again and she doesn't like it.
Nibbling? Have you been nibbling? How dare you nibble? How very dare you, cat?
It's very often what she does do. Apparently she was misbehaving overnight the other night again as well. Beach hut will be part of the trio beach chair scene, sandcastle, and now the beach hut. Yep. Trying to finish before the fall/autumn equinox. Cool. I'm sure you'll get there, Enid. How is Dennis doing on his new medication? He seems to be fine. He came on Sunday and he was absolutely champion. So yeah, he seems to be doing well. Thank you for asking, Patsy.
Look out, I see a Lauren-shaped object.
Hey, Lauren.
There's an angel-shaped object there.
Where have you been?
What, Lauren? In a
Where
room
else
talking
would
to
I
her
be?
friends.
Unsociable.
Salad.
So what you come down for then?
I'm over it.
What, after that big tea?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, he seems to be doing quite well, Patsy. No complaints. And he's just pootling along being Dennis, I think. Because she's using orange at the moment. That'd be you, Laurie. Okay.
Mum said sorry, Hannah said the same.
What's up?
Lauren says there's no point in the chips being saved.
Well, look, it's going to end up tasting disgusting, and then how does that know it's sweet?
Well, she said that she might come back down for some later. If not, then they'll get thrown, obviously.
Can't make her.
Yeah, so do I, Patsy. I'm not going to lie, I'm still annoyed about his misdiagnosis. But what can we do?
Cheesecake night tomorrow, innit? Nicky.
What?
Cheesecake night tomorrow, isn't it?
Yep.
Do these guys know about the cheesecakes?
Nope. Cheesecake is an us thing. Okay. Okay, they're chicken licking.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that you're doing witchy cat.
Your wild guess is bob on correct. I am indeed doing witchy cat.
What was your wild guess?
I'm doing witchy cat.
You are doing what you can.
Gail, I don't mind you asking at all. He went into hospital and he was diagnosed with an ear infection and earwax. And last Monday he had a bit of a turn. Cutting a long story short, I had to, if effectively shout at a doctor's receptionist and get him an appointment.
Shout at them. I think you made them reconsider their career choice.
You were terrified.
And we got him into a doctor, and the doctor who he saw was absolutely fabulous. And she said, it's not an ear infection and it's not earwax either. You have Meniere's disease, which is a balance disorder of the inner ear. So it's nothing to do with infection, nothing to do with earwax. It's all about pressure and stuff like that.
Gets worse when you have a cold.
And it gets worse when you have a cold.
Which Dennis always seems to have.
He does always seem to have, bless him. But, you know, the medication that he had been on medication for his dizziness, but he'd actually been prescribed double the dose required, which was actually making him more dizzy.
Because the hospital haven't got a clue.
Yep.
There, I said it.
Yep. So I'm quite annoyed that, you know, several doctors at the hospital missed this, diagnosed him with earwax, gave him the wrong meds and too much of them. But when I was speaking to the receptionist, I had to essentially grapple with her over this appointment and said, look, we're trying to keep an 80-year-old man out of hospital here. What happens if there isn't an appointment in the morning? And all of a sudden she found one. So, you know.
Miracle of miracles. Have to be firm with people sometimes.
Yeah, well, I was quite cross because he'd rung up and he said, can I have an appointment? And she said, yes, there's one at such and such a time. And he said, I'll have to ring back to confirm to see if I can get somebody to take me. So rather than say to him, I'll book in the appointment for you, but if you don't need it, ring up and let us know, she just said, okay, put the phone down. So he rang here and said to Andy, is this appointment available? Will you take me? And Andy, of course, said yes. So he rang the doctors back and they went, we haven't got the appointment anymore. And at that point was the point that I got on the phone and said, you know, you said you got an appointment, you know, you got an available appointment, and then all of a sudden there wasn't one. I'm trying to keep him out of hospital. But eventually we did get him an appointment. And like Andy said, I think she's reevaluating her career choices. I don't think the doctor's receptionist suited her.
Not on that evidence.
I was cross to say the very least. So, okay, looking good. Thank you. We're going to see if Andy's home this weekend, if we can't take you to Hobbycraft and see if we can get you some plastic canvas.
Okay.
Do you like that?
Sure. It's trip up to Hobbycraft, so.
What's not to like, right?
Sauce near back here. Charity shop, Iceland.
We'll not be going to them.
And then
I might make you walk back from Hobbycraft, that riverbank.
or I could get Chad.
Big brain.
Big brain.
Sounds like she was trained at the same practice as receptionist at our practice, probably. Maddie just reached 10% on B Elemental. Nice. It's an uphill struggle with some doctors. It's very frustrating. I'm glad you got him sorted. Yes, me too. I was fuming. Absolutely fuming. You know, she knew that he was, you know, in his 80s. So why on earth you didn't hold the appointment for him? I don't know. Because, you know, you would think that, sure, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I don't appreciate it when anybody leapfrogs, but I thought that children and the elderly was meant to be a priority. I wasn't impressed with her. I think she knew that. But, you know, I have to advocate for him quite a lot. Because, you know, I will happily ring up and say, what the chuff are you playing at? and I will play hell up on his behalf. And you know, I did it when we were in hospital because we were waiting for 3 or 4 hours one day just for medicines. And I'm like, no, this isn't good enough. You know, if I'd have known I'd been waiting this long, I wouldn't have come at the time that you told me to come to pick him up. Oh, I did go to town that day. Children, elderly and disabled in that order. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, you could see on his record clearly that he'd recently been in hospital and, you know, was faffing about. And I'm just like, no, it's not on. But yeah, I mean, many years isn't pleasant. You know, I know a couple of people who've had it or got it, you know, because I don't think it's something that goes away. And I know that it's not, you know, the most pleasant thing in the world, but it's manageable. And I think, you know, that's the thing. If we can manage it, great. It's when we're not managing our illnesses that, you know, things take a turn for the worse, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, in being misdiagnosed in the first place, I'm quite cross about. But it's an uphill struggle to get into any sort of, you know, health service. Yeah. Patsy, that's a brilliant point. If he'd have had the original appointment, he may not have got the doctor that properly diagnosed him. That's very true. But, you know, I mean, there's nothing to say that doctor wouldn't have been enlightened enough to see through it, you know, for all it was. But I absolutely agree with you. Andy said himself that, you know, as doctors go, she was the best one that he thinks he'd ever seen. And, you know, that's high praise indeed, isn't it, when you think about it? Because, you know, we put trust in our doctors and our health practitioners. Andy doesn't go to the doctors often himself at all. So for him to say, you know, she was absolutely amazing is quite something. I have no reason to disbelieve that. My gran was misdiagnosed as having Parkinson's for almost 20 years. Holy moly. That is a long time. And what was the correct diagnosis, Coco? That's why they call it a practice. They are practicing, you know, practicing something.
Witchcraft, some of them.
What is it? Some of them have the Usborne Junior Book of Medicine.
Something like that.
Yeah. I have to say, the doctors in my practice are absolutely brilliant. They have been very, very good. You know, when I was with my, you know, went and got diagnosed with my anxiety disorder, you know, the doctor I spoke to was absolutely amazing. And you have to be really lucky, you know, to get one that has that time, understanding, a willingness to listen, and also an ability to think outside the box, you know, because sometimes if it looks like a duck and if it quacks like a duck, the likelihood is that it's a duck. But sometimes it's not a duck. Sometimes it's something pretending to be a duck. And if you have a doctor or any health professional that can look outside that box, yeah, then, you know, you're well in, aren't you?
Kat, what are you doing?
You want a doctor that will pick up that box and smash it to bits. Okay. Essential tremors can look like Parkinson's. Yes, they can. Bedside manners are essential as well. Yes, fully agree. And patience. I can remember when I went to see my doctor when I registered with this practice for the first time, and I said to him, I was sat in the waiting room waiting for the appointment, and I saw this sign, and it said, it just said, if you've got more than one problem, then you need a double appointment. And I didn't know about this, and I went into the office and I said to the doctor, I've just seen the sign that says I should have had a double appointment. He went, I'm not bothered about that. Sit down, tell me what's wrong. And he instantly put me at ease. And I think that's really, really important. We don't know. They just said if it was Parkinson's, it would have gotten worse. She was 93 when they took her off the Parkinson's meds. So I don't think they really cared much to work it out. All right. Looking back, we think she had EDS, right?
What's EDS?
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's a connective tissue, connective disorder.
Oh, yeah.
It can cause hypermobility in joints and loose joints, and things can dislocate quite easily. In worst case scenarios, it's actually becoming increasingly more common in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
My doctor that my dad had used to say, if it looks like a duck, sounds like a such, it might be a duck, but it might also be a zebra. A zebra is something that manifests as one thing, but it's something else. Absolutely.
Very true, that.
Yep. Yes, it's becoming more commonly diagnosed. Yeah, one of my work colleagues has got it. She's got it quite badly, actually. She's only young, but she does have problems with joints dislocating, particularly shoulders and fingers. But shoulders don't fully dislocate; they're partially, sort of dislocate, and her joints, the hypermobility in her joints is just wild at times. So yeah. Sometimes she has to use that special tape thing as well. It affects your organs too. Some of mine are starting to fail. I'm 34. Oh dear, yes. Suffer with internal injuries due to weakness in his lungs. My youngest has EDS, yeah. So yeah, there are obviously the other bits as well that you don't necessarily hear about, but Ehlers-Danlos you tend to hear more about more and more these days. As I said, I've got a work colleague that's got it, so I know a little bit about it. KT tape, yes, that's it. What they use for like sports injuries and so on, isn't it? When you see athletes with like bright green tape on them, because I know my colleague uses that quite a lot. Okay. We've got about half an hour to go, chaps, so still trucking along. Fill in the tip of this witch's hat. Oh, she's only walked, Andy, so she hasn't done a number 2. She'd have run upstairs and I'd have been suspicious.
That's how you know when the cat has left something in the box.
Yeah, it is to stabilise the joints, Patsy, yeah. They're almost like that tape, it's almost like a splint on a roll, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite good stuff from what I understand. I don't like it's used. Some people use it in pregnancy as well. You know, for when they have the separation of the pelvis, particularly when you're on your second or third pregnancy. They've used it to lift the bump. Because I had that, but I had a maternity belt, which was like this great big plastic and elastic and Velcro thing. It was awful, but it worked. It stopped me being in such pain. It tears your skin though if you put it on too tight. Yep, there it does. I'm a bit funny with sticky elastoplast. Fabric plasters I'm not great with. If it's on my hands, I'm fine because my hands are very much hardened. You know, the skin on my hands is very much hardened, but if I had to put a fabric plaster anywhere else on my body, they tend to leave a mark. Some kind of reaction to the adhesive. Yeah, with Lauren, I think it was just with Lauren. It might have been with Victoria as well. When I was pregnant, I had the weakening of the joint, the pelvis. And it just, you know, the more intimate pregnancy I got, the worse it got. And I can remember him referring me to physio, and physio setting me up an appointment for after the baby had been delivered. I'm like, what's the use in that? Makes you realise how lucky you are to be healthy when you hear about all these things. It's very true, Patsy. Very true indeed. I'm sitting here feeling sorry for myself because I've got a headache. Hey, don't discount having a headache. They can be absolutely debilitating.
It'd be a sign of something worse.
Well, don't say that because she'll scare the bejesus out of Patsy. But headaches themselves can be debilitating. They can knock you for six. I've had headaches that have made me really, really nauseous and, you know, horribly unwell. Like actually, not long since, I was actually in a Zoom meeting at work and our head of department was like, yeah, you're not very well. I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, log off. So, yeah, it can be debilitating. Headache. There's a headache and a headache, isn't there? There's ones that you can manage and you can still get on with your day, but it's just an inconvenience. And there's the ones that you literally can't do anything and it hurts to move your head. I did physio after my last 2 pregnancies and it did help. Yeah. The way it works here is that they refer you to physiotherapy to get this special belt. And you can't have it without being referred to a physiotherapist. And they tried to tell me the first appointment was like 2 months after the baby had been delivered. I'm like, that's a bit like closing the stable door after the horse has bolted. Hey Liz, just finished doing a battle downloading some patterns from Etsy. Keep telling myself never again. Stash enhancement. We can't grumble at stash enhancement. Petsy says this one is just sore, not debilitating. Oh, well, yeah, but you know, still it's inconvenience, isn't it? And it's not what you want. It's our bodies that are misbehaving. But yeah, fingers crossed it goes away soon, Patsy. I've been suffering with headaches quite a bit lately, and I think it's the change of weather. I've also had phantom toothache. That's been fun.
Phantom toothache.
Yeah, I've been feeling pain where I haven't got any teeth. I actually think I've just been stitching too long. I'm going to take painkillers and carry on. Yeah, I've done that. But for me, I tend to get a pain in my hand if I stitch for too long. I often wonder, am I going to end up with some kind of repetitive strain injury for all the stitching I do? My sinuses are bugging me, says Enid. That's why I think too, says Patsy. Yeah. I definitely think the weather's got a lot to do with it. The allergen count is kind of high there, says Enid. Ours is low now. It's a problem for future you. Yeah. Yeah, so the phantom toothaches have been quite weird. It's believe it or not, it's usually when I lay down in bed.
I don't know. I've no idea. I don't know anything. I know nothing.
Weird, isn't it?
I know nothing.
Liz, partners with the fact I have to get sellers to email the files because the downloads don't work away. Yeah, it's not good, is it? Seeing people recommend wrist exercises for stitches and knitters, not sure if they actually help. I'm not seeing anything, but I think, you know, I mean, don't forget as well as the lots of stitching, I'm always typing for work. So I'm literally like, all the time using my hands in one way or another.
Bye then.
My typing's rubbish. That's when you said your teeth used to hurt. It's probably just your brain remembering. It could be, Patsy. I used to feel them move around at night. But yeah. Oh my goodness, she didn't half hiss at you then. It probably is, but it's always when I'm laid down on my left side. If I'm on my back or on my right side, no pain. But it's weird. Yeah, I'm same, Enid. I have a lean thing for my wrists, particularly for my mouse mat. Because I use my mouse an awful lot. I had to go and get my ear syringe today. I think that's where the headache came from. It could be, Patsy. Could be. Okay, heard Angel hiss at you, Andy. Yeah, she was naughty, weren't she? And you know what? She doesn't mind Andy at all when he's feeding her.
I wonder why.
And she'll go and have fuss when she's getting ready for feeders. But if Andy picks her up to cuddle her, she doesn't like it. She's a naughty kitty. Try switching to a trackball. I can't use a mouse at all. Yeah, yeah, I might ask for one because they do them at work. Cupboard love, absolutely, definitely cupboard love. We all know what Angel wants. Yeah. Trackball makes my wrist and hands hurt more. Oh, right, okay. My left hand hurts above the thumb, says Catherine. I touch my thumb to my fingers up and down a few times to help alleviate the pain and stretch the muscle. Yeah, I don't have it a lot. Just occasionally I get this like twinginess in my thumb joint here, in this one. But it's probably because my thumb is sort of always in sort of this position, bent out kind of thing for stitching. But it's not at the point that it's uncomfortable. It's just a niggle at the moment, but I don't want it escalating and getting worse, because I don't want anything to stop me from doing the hobby that I love. My prize-winning hobby. Have you seen my trophy?
Have I seen your trophy? Oh my God, woman.
Also, menopause symptom. Oh, heck, that flipping menopause, it can do one. Yeah. I used to get them quite sore as well, believe it or not, when I was fatter, you know, with my weight. So that has, you know, my weight loss has actually helped as well. Hannah has just hit 240,000 stitches. 34,050 left. Is that on your Yerka piece, Hannah? That is awesome. 250k in the bag. Not fatter, you were curvier. Oh, no. I was like a flipping barrel. Yeah, but I see what you mean, Patsy. Thank you. Yes, on your Yerka piece. Brilliant. Awesome stuff, Hannah. Yes, I'm definitely ready to have my nails done, I think. These are definitely getting a bit on the long side. Painkillers chugged. Brilliant. Time to stitch again. Make sure you're staying plenty hydrated as well, Patsy. Don't be a cactus. Yes, I forgot to say last weekend, guess who got Slimmer of the Month? £9 down so far. Way to go, Coco. Slimmer of the Month. The outside of a person does not matter, says Laurie. Even a blind man can see a jerk. That is very true. Patsy, I've got coffee too. Brilliant. Yeah, £9 is no mean feat. It's a hefty sized newborn baby. My cousin has joined up again with Slimming World, and she has got her first stone off today as well. Guess who's joined, Andy?
Who?
Our Kathy.
Oh.
She's in Georgina's group. I wonder if that's after seeing me a couple of weeks ago. Could be. What do you reckon?
Maybe.
Weighed myself this week, 77.7 kilos. I'm 77, and next week I'm visiting Phil and Maureen, who are both 77. Creepy. Hey, 7's a lucky number though. So lucky number 7. Put a lottery ticket on, you might win. With all them 7s, it's got to be good luck. All those lucky 7s means you get a new start, right? Well, why not? Why not?
There should never be any reason to not have a new start.
Hope so. I've got a lot of travelling in the next few weeks. Ooh. Super duper. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't done so already, please do give me a thumbs up. All helps with the YouTube algorithm. Help make me visible. Southern Spain to Southern UK, yeah. Are you coming over on plane, or are you driving ferry, Liz? Car and ferry, right. So that will be quite a long trip, won't it? I think is it 20 some hours from Portugal, so from Spain, a bit longer, am I right? Yeah, that'll be a hefty old trip, and I hope for a smooth journey, smooth crossing for you. If you want to visit Scotland, says Patsy, she's got a spare room.
That spare room, Patsy.
You've got an open invite to Patsy's spare room. Bless her, it's lovely. Just mark off these stitches before I get lost. Oh, I've got all the 333 stitches done so far.
That's good.
Yep.
333 stitches. That sounds good to me.
It's good to me. Sounds good to me. Depends which direction. One night going north and 2 nights coming south on the boat. Pat says, yep, it's always ready for guests. Good to know. not this trip. Just a few miles too far. Still handy information to know. If ever you do get north of the border, Patsy's got that spare room, always ready. Patsy says, indeed, it's just a text away. Oh, it's such a nice community, this. I love it.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, I've made so many friends through doing FlosTube. It's been amazing, really. And if you make it to 5, I don't have a spare room, but you can always drop in for a cuppa. Brilliant.
Who says that?
That's from Kay.
Right, okay.
5 nights in Hampshire, 6 nights in Sussex, and 5 nights at the Essex retreat. Cool.
That's well. When's your next retreat, Mrs.?
October.
Remind me of the dates.
Can't remember offhand. It could be the 11th, it could be the 18th. Either one are equally possible.
You just don't know.
No.
I'm sure you will let me know.
I will. Coco's off to the Essex retreat as well, Liz, and I'm Sharon maybe as well.
Whereabouts in Essex is it?
It's usually at Stansted. I looked at it, it was quite expensive. I think 300 and something pound. Yeah, quite a lot. Yes, it's one to Teresa Little Stitcher does, yeah. What?
Have you got a thin black bubble?
Why would I have a bobble? I've got no hair.
You have got hair.
Well, I haven't got hair that I can put up in a bobble.
Oh, but like that, that's what I'm picking it at.
Nope.
Well, ask Lauren. Lauren's bound to have one.
Right, Cat. She had one. She told her that. She's just been into it and said to her after she picked me up for tomorrow.
Mm.
You ain't got a thin bubble, have you, Lauren? No, she ain't got one.
I've had short hair now for what? 2 years?
Yeah. You can't really tie it up, can you?
No. Well, I could, but it'd be teeny, tiny bunches.
You're like virtually not worth bothering.
Yeah, I'd look like some throwback from the 80s. All I'd need was some neon and, you know, bright makeup.
Oh, God.
Rah-rah skirt, leg warmers.
I don't think we need that kind of fashion faux pas around here.
Yeah, and loads of hairspray.
Lauren, you want a bit of coffee?
Sort of like, you know, more Tony Basil, Nicholas Smith. Ah, Mickey, what pity you don't understand. Bunches, rah-rah skirt, leg warmers. ever going to an 80s theme fancy dress, I'm covered in neon and glitter.
Oh my god. Yeah, please don't do that, sweetheart.
Why not? What's wrong with neon and glitter?
Just trust me.
Casting aspersions on me, neon and glitter. It's Tony Basil that needs to be a cheerleader outfit. Yeah, well, that's true. But I'd have, like, you know, the hair in bunches and the wacky makeup, and then just put lots of neon glittery stuff on. Be proper 80s. I got that song in my head now. Wonder if Hannah found a thin bubble.
I don't know.
Oh. Okay, what's this colour here? Just put a few stitches of that one in. Okay. Back to the brownie colour again. A couple more minutes and I will be logging off for the night. So, yeah, nearly there. I wonder if Tony Basil still performs.
Don't know.
She's been down and out on Mickey for years, hasn't she?
Yeah.
I'm going to dress up like Hello Kitty for Halloween and go trick-or-treating, because why not? Why not indeed, Enid? Girls like Halloween, they like to dress up. I'm the same age as Hello Kitty, she's my home girl. Ah. Spooktober is coming. Right, so this is about me done. 380 stitches this evening, so I am very happy with that. So thank you guys very much indeed for watching, and thank you to those of you as well who added something in for show and tell this evening. It's been absolutely amazing again.
I will bid you all farewell.
Okay, farewell. So thank you again. do take care. We will see you at the weekend. Sunday I'll be working on Tower Bridge, Sophie Kilpatrick one on the Sunday stream. So if you are around for that, would be absolutely amazing. So thanks, guys. The tip of the hat is there. There are about 5 different colours in that, not that you would particularly see. So take care, guys. Happy stitching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.